AC75 cant pumping. First of all, thanks Tom Emman, who has published one of our videos during his TFE live on Sailing Illustrated page.
Always really interesting
stuff
and really good live videos.
Esatto, comments and inside the news from the teams of America's Cup and not only America's Cup. But we want to talk about America's Cup. We were watching number 2 race between Oracle and Team New Zealand in the latest edition of the America's Cup, the 35th. So with the catamarans, there was an interesting maneuver approaching to the buoy, because after the first race where Team New Zealand was leading all over the race course because of an OCS by Oracle, the second race was much more battled, because after the overtake by Team New Zealand, which was rolling over Oracle just after the start, then the margin was bigger and bigger between New Zealand and Oracle, since they came to the last beat, the last windward leg, where Team New Zealand started with more than 500 meters gap, and ended with
a couple of meters,
a couple of meters, just managed to turn the buoy just in front of Oracle without the overlap. Without the overlap, it manages to avoid the overlap in the very last time.
With a very intelligent maneuver. So last second maneuver in order, which is always effective, to avoid the overlap when you are entering the zone, no? The mark zone.
Exactly. So you make an S basically. So you go below the buoy, actually, and so your opponent has to follow you in trying to get inside the turning of the buoy, so to get the overlap. But once you get you approach the three length circle, then you point more. Then you point more, and so the transverse
line from your
stern is going much forward. And so the overlap is avoided, as it happened this time. So this could have been like a turning point in the America's Cup, and didn't happen because of this. Also because after rounding the buoy, after the both rounded the buoy, then there has been a very nice gybe by Team New Zealand, followed by a terrible gybe by the other catamaran of Oracle and Jimmy Spithill. Yes.
Actually, the catamaran fall from the foils before the maneuver, and so actually has to turn all the way around, so gybe completely with the hulls in the sea, touching the water. So after the gybe, it has actually to try to get up on the foils, and this is a really difficult maneuver, no, on the catamarans.
As you can easily see, because they were very strong sailors, but still New Zealand took another 500 meters gap just during the acceleration of Oracle. So when New Zealand was up and foiling and then going very, very low, and then Oracle was forced to point much more.
To go reaching and
tight reaching, and then
trying to accelerate as much as possible.
If any one of us has tried to, not a catamaran sailor, to tack with a catamaran, with a Hobbycat 16 or something like this, you should have noticed that it's not that easy to tack with a catamaran if you don't have the correct technique. But anyway, it's not a fast maneuver when the hulls are both down in the water.
Exactly.
It's much better when you're foiling, obviously, but still it's not an easy task. But this maneuver made us think about the AC75. What can do an AC75 in the same situation? Is that dramatic, or must we expect something as dramatic as we saw in the last Cup or not?
Maybe as the monohulls have much less righting moment than the catamarans. Actually, what can happen first is that if you fall from the foils before the gybe, you can probably gybe very fast anyway, or much faster surely than the catamarans. So actually, you are in the next position, the right tack
position much
earlier. And then what you could do with the system you have to try to go up on the foils as fast as possible is actually to use the leeward foil, the cant movement of the leeward foil to make a pump, let's say, so to pump the boat and try to have her lift off.
Exactly. So you basically open the compass.
Exactly.
The compass suddenly. So basically the boat should go up in the water, and the sail should go vertical instead of heeling the water, no?
Exactly. So if you imagine to start with the leeward foil quite open, you close, let's say, the leeward foil. This creates, if the boat is moving, this creates some angle of attack on the leeward foil, increasing the angle of attack, so increasing the lifting action of the foil, and at the same
time you probably go down with the trim,
trim
tab as well.
Exactly, you go down with the trim tab as well. You go down also with the rudder. You increase the angle of attack of the rudder, and in the same time you increase your righting moment because, or better, you decrease your heeling moment because the leeward weight is going closer to the boat, to the center of the boat. So actually, the boat for all these maneuvers is heeling less. So the sail is surely pumping. So you have more angle of attack on the sail. So you have more power, and actually you can speed up. Probably you speed up. You increase the lift of the foil again. This is something which is good, is you create, let's say, a virtuous circle, which is allowing you to go up on the foils much quicker.
Very, very quickly. So compared to the catamaran, which is a little bit stuck in the water, and so you cannot do nothing better than creating the good angle and the more power you can on the sail. Then the pumping you can do with the AC75 can be an interesting maneuver to perform. Obviously, the top of the sail has to be a little bit more open in this situation, as everybody who knows how to pump knows. But then it's a technique that can be really, really interesting because actually can be maybe one of the first boat I know about that can do a maneuver like this. We saw Azimut Europa, for example, pumping during the Barcolana and so on. Hi, ciao guys of Barcolana. But not just Azimut Europa, also the new. There has been an issue on the recent Barcolana because of this, but with the keel pumping, canting keel pumping, obviously the boat, the sail is pumping.
The sail is pumping as well.
Obviously. But this time, to go up on the foil, maybe the AC75, the first boat that can do
Exactly.
something
So
like this.
it's like a very big fin trying to start foiling. Actually, in the moth and in the wasp, everybody is trying to pump, no, for going up on the foil. And if you can do this on the AC75, this is actually possible if the electric cant system, hydraulic and electric cant system is able to sustain this kind of loads.
Yes.
If
Well,
this
should
and,
be.
and
Should be.
probably loads
it is.
probably yes. I don't know if it has enough speed to make this kind
An
of
effective
movement, effective, but anyway, could be really a good way to, I don't know, maybe see the boats just going up on the foil really easily. Yeah.
Exactly. As we saw, the first 90 degrees from completely down
Yes.
to 90 degrees, you can play with them with,
Yes,
with
continuously,
proper,
let's say.
exactly, with a proper trim. The last degrees to
Exactly,
the flying position, let's say, then they are you can just go all the way up and so on.
Exactly.
But the first 90 degrees, which are more than enough for doing this maneuver, you can play with them. And so if you have enough speed, which is most likely they have this kind of speed, then you can use them effectively. For sure, the boat can be more favored by this way of cant pumping.
Exactly.
Can be again the English, the Britannia boat and the
Exactly.
American Magic boat. Probably.
Exactly. So they can start with a heeled position. So it's like a TP52 maybe. So quite slim, let's say, wet surface. And then with as they are a lot heeled, they can raise more. So they have more angle to do this kind of movement.
Exactly. So instead of your body hiking,
Exactly.
you can use the foil
Foil.
hiking for you. Ciao. Thank you.
Ciao,
Bye.
ciao. Bye.